okay. Freeze, motherfucker!
Get out of my way.
Mayday! Mayday! God damn!
What do you see here?
Stuff they stole from Kuwait?
Bullshit. I'm talking about millions in Kuwaiti bullion.
You mean them little cubes you put in hot water and make soup?
No, not the little cubes you put in hot water to make soup.
1,
Ow.
2,
Ow.
3.
The great thing about this film is that you can't really capture the essence of this film.
There's so many different things. I mean, you know, the dramatic aspect, the comedic aspect, there's a lot of action.
It's more of just a ride, you know what I mean? A ride into craziness.
When I really go to the Army, I'll be able to do this all myself, you know?
Go in fast. Hit him with the blinding power of American sunshine. You open that door now.
Freeze!
It's basically a heist story. I mean, these guys are going off to try to steal something in this surreal environment. It's like the insanity of consumer culture crashing into contemporary warfare. It's a weird combination.
Cut!
You know, I don't think anybody can really dare to suggest that making a movie is anything like a war. It's really hard, and we survived a lot of stress and a lot of windstorms and a lot of hard days, you know. For me, at some personal level, it was like being through a war. They're this kind of fucking thing. That can look real with your left hand, don't you think?
It just seems just a little weak to me.
Bang, bang, that's perfect.
I think that David Russell is a very unique filmmaker, certainly off-center. David had made 2 films prior to terrific films, one called Flirting with Disaster and the other called Spanking the Monkey.
David manages to create unique characters, put them in unique situations, make us laugh when we least expect to, yet make everything that's happening to them, no matter how exotic, they are moments that we seem to know.
Honey, it's me.
Troy? Oh, my God! What was that? I thought the war was over, honey.
Well, it isn't, babe. Could you do me a favor and call the reserve center?
I don't even know what we did here.
Don't even start that with me. This has been
Just tell me what we did here,
What do you
Rod.
want to do? Occupy Iraq and do Vietnam all over?
Archie Gates is kind of the contemporary soldier. I wanted him to have kind of that older energy of a guy who's been through the system for a while, and his ideals have definitely been chewed up by it, so he's a bit cynical.
Action!
He's been reduced to escorting a journalist around, which a lot of good soldiers did during Desert Storm.
Are you ready to work with me now?
Yeah, I'm ready to work with you.
I wrote this part, and then I met Jim Parker, who kind of affirmed it for me.
Your primary job is to deal with the civilian population.
Parker was our military advisor, and he was who we initially met with long before we started shooting the film, just hanging with him to learn about the realistic problems that these guys went through. It wasn't written with him in mind, but after we spent time with him, things started getting tailored around him and his life.
Well, Jim Parker, you know, was in the Gulf, and Jim Parker, you know, saw soldiers crying because they were forced to stand. American soldiers in the 82nd Airborne were crying because they had to watch. The war was over, and they were forced to sit on their hands while Iraqi civilians were being butchered by Saddam's army.
And it gets to you because you're the good guy. You know you were born to be a good guy, and you're standing there with all of this weaponry. Right across the river, you're watching this incredible slaughter, and there's not a damn thing you can do.
There are going to be Shiites in here, so don't kill everybody.
We did a crash course real fast, you know, just gave us a nice understanding on how the military works, and it really kind of puts you in the right perspective on how you should deliver this part.
The training up to a certain point was character specific to educate that person to the point where they felt very comfortable playing that character. To put this all together we ran an FTX, a field training exercise, to simulate part of the story that we're trying to tell.
United States military! United States military! Everybody out!
I was trying to get out of the training at first because, you know, I knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Freeze!
Yeah, I love the United States of freedom.
Put your weapon down. Come out. Put your hands up.
Got it down!
Weapons on safe. Okay?
These guys are weekend warriors, and they train on the weekends and they have day jobs, and many of them are doing it for economic reasons, to supplement their income. A lot of these guys, you know, who haven't really seen violence and were kind of grew up in a movie culture of violence, they just want to have fun, and they think guns are cool, and they think shooting is cool, and didn't see action for most of the war.
You want to see some action?
Yeah, I do.
Is what you're after?
These guys are not Rambo-type soldiers. They're ordinary guys who are just trying to get ahead and kind of find themselves in a situation where, you know, it's about what's really right and what's really wrong. This was a huge learning experience for me because, you know, my last movie was $7 million, and this movie cost a lot more than that. And I had a lot to learn about, you know, trying to communicate my vision to such a big crew under such stressful conditions.
75–80% of the film is shot outside in a desert area where the good news is it doesn't rain a lot. The bad news is there's a lot of other elements that are constantly nipping at your heels.
This is when most of the work gets done in this picture. It's usually about 10 minutes of light and we get about 15 shots.
You have to roll. You have to roll. Okay, set, and action. Let's keep going, fire!
Do we get it? Okay, moving on.
We're moving on.
You know, there's that thing that people call magic hour, that beautiful time when the sun is just above the horizon and long shadows are there not yet set, has for us often been tragic hour.
Not enough light to do, we can't do it again. I think we're out of light. There really isn't light, is there? Oh, it means that as the end of the day was coming, you would get kind of, this hysteria would descend on the set.
Let's go right now. Can we go right now?
You've heard this expression, when the film is shooting, it's gone with the wind in the morning and the Dukes of Hazzard in the afternoon. You know, meaning that you start the day and you take forever to shoot this insert of this cup on this table to get the light just right. And then suddenly by the end of the day, you have no time left and you're just shooting everything like it's cops. You know, you're just shooting everything rough and handheld to just get the day done. Well, what's missing here, I guess 4 is the shot that I was thinking of.
I mean, 11 shots in 6.5 hours is realistically a half-hour shot. That would be, we'd be working faster than we've ever worked, and this is complicated stuff.
That's how we worked yesterday.
Well, look, option A is if you really think that we can get out of here in 2.5 hours, and we do get out of here, then that's the greatest thing of all, and you're the miracle worker.
You know, and I keep joking that the next movie I make is going to be about 2 people in a room, because I don't think I realized what I was getting myself into with this movie.
Okay, guys, here we go. And action.
Well, I think the premise of soldiers stealing something of value is extremely authentic, especially since you say, I'm just taking some gold and I should have it because they stuck me out here anyway. And this is really just kind of it's a hokey war to begin with because we're not going to affect any change.
You know, we're trying to take care of ourselves and make a lot of money at the expense of a lot of people. And somewhere along the way, we just go, what's going on here is not acceptable.
They've got the gold now and they're ready to go home. And then my character, as well as my wife and my child, we serve as a really good reason for them not to leave and take the gold. They have to say, well, what's more important, gold or people?
Well, we had a number of challenges trying to arrive at the best place to shoot the film. Obviously, we couldn't go to the location where the film takes place.
So we did a search all over the United States trying to find a place that had the absolute flattest possible landscape. And where do you not see vegetation? Finally, we found an abandoned copper mine between Tucson and Phoenix, and now we're using the mine almost like a backlot. Every single set we can find on the mine or build on the mine, we're using it because it's all the natural vegetation is destroyed. I mean, it is an ecological disaster. Perfect for us.
The air conditions out here in the desert can get pretty tense. You know, it got real windy and a lot of the dust blows up. So as you can see, I have a mask on, but I actually made a nice little happy face here because it's a war movie, but we may as well have a good time. You know, actually, when I made this, people loved it and wanted me to make them. I've made them for a lot of people on the crew, and I'm making one for George, too. So I made these two masks. I've been working on them in my trailer, and I put down at the bottom here, like for George, this is great. I go, George, you're out of sight. So I'd like to get down and give Clooney his mask. Mr. Clooney?
Yeah.
I made that for you out of a ballpoint pen.
Out of sight.
Yeah.
See what you did?
Yeah.
Okay. You get security.
Okay, we will be shooting, guys.
Let's go, let's shoot.
Just clear the jump there. Are we shooting? What? Are we shooting people or what?
I can see a grain of sand in there and just can't get it out.
I think this guy has a weapon.
Fewer and fewer people have the experience of war. We hear about it, we see it on TV. And what we thought David would bring to it is a different perspective on what war meant. And you have this group of young kids learn that there's nothing heroic about war. It's horrible. In most military movies, it's the nameless enemy out there. Well, David's sort of given the enemy a name and sort of introduced us to him and made you realize how human he is and how much he's suffering as well.
You bought my family, do you know that? The character of Mark, Troy, is the same of me, but in Iraqi army. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I tell you, two young men doing the war, don't know exactly why. And then when troubles come, try to understand why he's here. I only joined Saddam Hussein army to make good living for my family. I joined up for the extra cash too.
That commonality, I think, adds not only a certain reality to the film, but it also gives the film a certain heart.
Yalla.
In Mark's interrogation scene, I think Mark wanted to really make it feel real.
We were doing the electrocution, and it just felt a little bit fake, you know.
What we did was we got the safest thing we could, which was some chiropractic machine that has all these electrodes, and we put them all on Mark's back.
We figured, you know, the guy had the electrodes, and we might as well try it. I just didn't know it was going to give me that much of a shock, you know.
Mark's a good actor, and he wants to be as real as he possibly can be. So we gave him the shock.
Come on, let's go. And roll, please. Action.
This film, for the most part, none of it is really photographed with sort of normal film stock in a normal, conventional manner.
We wanted the film to look very different, you know, to look like a different war film. This war was unlike any other war.
When they've left the army base and they've gone off into the village, they begin to find themselves surrounded by things that are very sort of alien and foreign to them. The look of the film itself takes on a more alien look.
It's gas!
Point in the movie when they go into these villages, the colors just get almost surreal. They become really, really vibrant. And that's when they step into the middle of this rebellion against Saddam, which was encouraged by the United States. And things are spinning out of control and they don't understand them at all.
It's milk.
Yeah, the freaky milk ride.
Look how much milk there is.
Looks like you really got your hair wet.
There's a lot of explosions that we have to deal with, and I don't know. Let's see. There's good ones too, but they're all funny and like really crazy.
I think David is kind of crazy in the head. You know, all his characters, everything we try blows up in our face, you know, literally.
We're just idiots when we start out. Everything we touch just blows up, basically. We're just idiots. Can't make an omelet without getting a leg on you.
Bang! Bang! Bang!
It's not an exact science.
It's like Carrie.
I don't know. Yeah, we got a lot of shit blowing up though, definitely.
We wanted to make sure that when we built the environments that our story takes place, that they were authentic.
This is Iraq.
This is Iraq.
Okay,
Is it feeling right to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is in reality, really.
And we tapped right into a network of people that were Iraqi, Shiite refugees that had been over there during the revolution. And one guy in particular, he came down and actually did the graffiti for us on the set, the revolutionary graffiti. And he got very emotional. He said, you know, my brother and I personally defaced 300 murals in Iraq during the revolution.
What the fuck is going on back there, Major? Civilians are spitting on the soldiers are shooting civilians?
Bush told the people to rise up against Saddam. They thought they'd have our support, they don't. Now they're getting slaughtered. How do you say hands in the air? Or
Stay calm or something like that.
drop your
Hudu, Hudu.
What's
Stay
that
calm,
mean?
stay calm.
How
Hudu.
did you do if you went hands up? How do you say that?
ارفعوا ايديكم. You can't. You can't.
From the beginning of the process of making the film, we had a great deal of support and involvement from the Iraqi community.
Well, you know, a good deal of the extras here are really Iraqi refugees from both sides, from all different sides of the fence. You know, there's a bunch of these guys who, you know, broke their legs on purpose to not have to go to the army, and others whose, you know, all of their family members have been killed.
Just remember, this gold here and these American soldiers are basically what you guys have to your road to freedom. And you guys have all come together and you each have needs from each other. So this is very important what you guys are doing.
You know, it's a trip to be working on a movie and have somebody right there that's been through it, you know. It grounds us because we realize that it's struggle, you know, all over the world.
Oh, you talking about Iran or Iraq?
Iraq.
The revolution in Iraq.
It really took a while for that to sink into me. I'm sitting there listening to them. And then you see them actually portraying this, and you see it's written all over their face, you know. It's as true and honest as anything I've ever seen.
Roll, please.
Two of the supporting players in the movie fought in the uprising, lost family members, walked for several days through the desert before they could immigrate here.
Y'all think America's Satan, right? America's Satan?
No, احنا كل ما نتمنى انا واخوك.
I remember the director, David, he came and he said, you guys, you did very good job. And we just, we've been in this. And when we talk from the heart.
Now hold it, haven't called action, guys, hold it.
Let's go, Julian.
There have been a lot of days on this movie where it can feel pretty overwhelming sometimes. I like to think that you can make very provocative films. You can push the commercial arena to very provocative places.
Just one song. Man, Judas Priest will pump you up, man.
No, we're not listening to that headache music. Stop.
It isn't a comedy, but it's very funny and very dark, and it's certainly not strictly a drama, and it's certainly not an action film. It's all of those things sort of rolled into one.
We're fighting Saddam and dying, and you're stealing gold.
The intention is to have a rush of experiences that is unpredictable and by turns shocking, funny, and moving.
Tell the others it's not convenient. They're gonna have to die because I can't do that, Chief, okay?
You know, I grew up on Apocalypse Now and the Tune and to get a chance to do something that happened in my time, I just jumped on it.
Ladies, ready? 1, 2, 3.
The man don't do that, only the woman.
And cut. Beautiful.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. That's it on photography.